Hi, I'm Valerie Svenningsson, representing Comfort Care Senior Services. And today I'm going to show you examples of how should the elderly dress in winter. I have several options for that. The first thought is layers. The more layers that you have on someone, the more they can maneuver it if they get too warm, or they can add more if they're not warm enough. So you probably want to start with a shirt and then maybe a buttoned sweater or sweatshirt, tights or leggings, slacks over the tights or leggings, one pair of socks, sometimes two pairs of socks. I have thin socks. It's nice to have the thin socks, and then you could put another pair over it. Coat, boots, a lap blanket. Thin gloves, same concept. Thin gloves, heavier gloves over it. What I want to do is go back over a couple of the items. A long coat so that it covers all the other clothing. It's important to be windproof. With a long down coat, you're windproof, you're covering everything else. If the coat also has a hood, that's very important. You should have a hat and the hood over the hat. That gives you a double layer. When they get into the car, they can then pull off the hood if they want to, and then when they get out, put the hood up again. It helps with the wind. A nice topping is also a scarf that keeps the chest warm, unless you're wearing a turtleneck, and then you could also put the scarf over that as well. One of the things that my mother-in-law particularly likes is this that goes around the neck. You warm it up in the microwave. It actually has a nice calming scent. She puts that around her neck, puts the coat over it, and it keeps her nice and warm as we're driving. It's a nice option. The other thing she likes is this muff. It's something that she uses even in the nursing home. It has a nice stress ball inside, keeps her hands warm, gives her something to do with her hands, and she kind of likes the little dog part of it. It's a cute little idea, but it's also for warmth. One of the more important things to think about is safety. Boots. Boots or shoes, this is kind of combining both. It's important that you can loosen for days when their feet are swollen, and you can tighten it on days when their feet aren't swollen by the right size of length and width. These are also waterproof. If you did find some that weren't waterproof, you could spray them. Very important, they're flat, they have great treads for the inclement weather. Whether it's rain or snow, very nice to have the treads. That's important to find. It's rubber, non-slick, good, really good solid boot. Kind of nice inside as well. Might get warm, so you may only need one pair of socks, and these are thinner socks, so that might work very, very well. My mother-in-law also loves to have a lap blanket. It allows her to put something extra on her lap and take it off if she gets warm as the car warms up. Waterproof, as we mentioned, for the boots, waterproofing is very, very important. And again, you can spray with waterproofing spray if you need to. Slip resistant is very, very important. The good gripping, we mentioned that. The ties, I will tell you that when you tie, make sure these ties are tied correctly, and when you loop it, go one more loop around and it will stay tied longer, and that makes the shoelaces a little shorter. It's much better, it's much safer. I've given you some ideas. I'm Valerie with Comfort Care Senior Services, and I've just shown you how should the elderly dress in winter.